What's the smartest way you've ever shut down a last-minute demand? I'd been a project manager at Big Co for a few solid years. Things were steady, my projects were clean, and my track record spoke for itself. Then one morning, my new manager dropped a surprise. Kilted. Bad news. Unknown PM got fired. You're taking over the HR delivery team. That one sentence made my stomach drop. Big Co never fired project managers. If someone got fired, there had to be a serious mess behind it. So, I started asking around. A few beers later at the local bar, I had my answer. The last PM had promised HR way more than could ever be delivered. Overcommitment. Got it. When I met the HR director and their managers, the mood was almost too nice. Smiles, teamwork talk. We're all in this together energy. Then one of them, a mid-level manager I'll call officious minion, OM for short, gave me a little grin. Just some free advice, he said. The last PM got fired for overcommitting. I nodded. Thanks for the tip. We kicked off the new project with full documentation. Every HR requirement went through design, development, testing, and implementation estimates. Those hours turned into dollars, and the business side had to assign value to justify each feature. Anything that cost more than it brought in got the axe. When the list was done, I made two documents, one for approved functions and one called functions that were cut. Both needed signatures before development began. I wasn't moving an inch without them. Everyone, including OM, signed both. He even said, "This is a great idea. Every project should have this." Months went by. Development went smoothly. We were in the final week of user acceptance testing when Sanjay, my lead developer, called me. "Hey, Kilted, OM just logged a critical issue, says we missed a feature." "All right," I said. "Is it in the spec?" "Nope, but it's in the cut list document." I checked. Sure enough, it was right there. Highlighted, signed, and approved as not included. I called OM. "That function was cut during requirements. It can go in the next release once there's a new business case." OM wasn't happy. "No, it has to be in this release. I'll hold sign off until it's done." I called a team meeting. Everyone was already tired. Sanjay looked like he hadn't slept properly in weeks. "If we do this now," I asked, "can we still meet the release date?" He shook his head. "No way. That's at least 8 weeks of work. We've been through this before. This is what got the last PM fired." I told them, "You all decide. I'll back you either way. If you think you can finish it, fine. If not, I'll defend your call." Then I muted myself and stepped away for a minute. I could still hear them talking. "You think he'll actually tell them no?" "I hope so. We can't keep doing this. My family barely sees me anymore." When I came back, they'd made their decision. "We can do it," said Sanjay, "but it'll push the release 6 weeks minimum." "So next release then?" I asked. He nodded. Next release. I scheduled a meeting with the HR director, OM, and all the key stakeholders. Once everyone joined, I laid it all out clearly. "We're in final testing. Everything agreed upon is ready. The new request will require at least a 10-week delay." It was listed in the functions that were cut document, which all of you approved. I handed out the page with the function highlighted, and everyone's signatures, frowned. "This must be a mistake. I would never agree to cut that." I kept my tone calm. "Here's the email thread where we discussed it," I said, sliding another set of papers across the table. "Here's your confirmation message from that day." The room went quiet. The director flipped through the emails. OM avoided eye contact. "Let me get this straight," the director said. "This feature was reviewed, costed, and cut because there was no business value attached?" "Yes," I replied. "We followed procedure exactly. We didn't overcommit." The director nodded slowly. "Understood. Where are we on the approved features? Ready for release? We just need final sign-off." "Fine. Everyone, send approvals to Kilted by end of day." Come see me afterward." We all nodded and left. By the end of that day, every approval landed in my inbox. The release went live on schedule, stable, clean, and fully documented. A week later, OM was reassigned to special projects. At Big Co, that's code for start updating your resume. As for Sanjay, the quiet hero who kept every email, every log, and every timestamp, he got a nice surprise bonus. Officially, it was for excellent documentation practices. Unofficially, it was because his records proved exactly how the project survived. The system launched perfectly. HR got everything they asked for and nothing they hadn't. And for once, following the rules wasn't boring. It was brilliant.